watching China dropping food, and we're doing nothing but supplying military arms. Like, what?
Hello, my friends. How's it going today? We have a good episode of the Dave Show planned for you, so let's not waste any more time. Let's do it. News and nuts. News and nuts. Hey, it's news and nuts. A true tragedy occurred last night as two Israeli embassy staffers left a Jewish museum and were shot dead on the spot by Elias Rodriguez, who we know has ties to anti-white affiliations. He is a Bernie bro, and he also is a Biden donator. So that's kind of all we need to know about that guy. He is a total piece of trash. And here is Rodriguez as he was being arrested, shouting the famous slogan. Take a look.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
After the shooting, Rodriguez actually entered the museum, and nobody knew he was the shooter. And we have a witness that was with him for about 10 minutes because everybody kind of got shuffled into a side room, apparently. And Katie Kalisher was one of the people that actually talked to him before he got arrested. It's kind of creepy. Take a look.
They moved us all into like an area and were trying to keep us safe, not understanding that we were in the room for 10 whole minutes with the murderer. He's like, "Oh, what kind of museum is this?" And I'm like, it's a Jewish museum. And he asks, "Do you think that's why they did it?" in reference to the gunshots we had heard. And I was like, "Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I don't think so. I hope not." And that's when he reaches into his bag and pulls out a keffiyeh and says to me, "I did it. I did this for Gaza."
Greg Gutfeld gives a little bit more insight on the incident and claims that the Democrats have more assassins than ideas. Check it out.
Greg, your thoughts?
As much as I adore Harold, I must disagree completely. Imagine if this were reversed. You can't, because there are no large groups of young people taking over colleges on behalf of some militant white nationalist movement. Hatred like this isn't bipartisan. So how do you explain this when what you're shouting for leads to the result that you're shouting for? And when a Jewish student goes to school and sees these mobs, do they have to be satisfied with the reassurance that it's just words? What's your problem? No one's bothering you. This school year ain't gonna be easy for them. In a perfect world, this act would be a wake-up call for the naive romantic activist who adopted the cause because climate change imploded and BLM went bankrupt. This violence is exactly what Hamas wants, and they appreciate your support. You know, all the rhetoric aligns. Your hobby is their mission. If you don't see that now, I mean, if you're a young female activist at Brown on her daddy's dime, this isn't college theater, something that you do for fun until you get that internship at the law firm. This is a hobby that has deadly consequences. 2 people died because you feel really good, you know, walking down Fifth Avenue or blocking the Brooklyn Bridge. Wasn't that great? When you hear the word genocide, you can argue whether it's correct or not. That's not the point. It's who benefits from the genocide narrative. It's not Israel. It's Hamas. The idea that Israel's like, hey, hooray, let's go genocide everyone, that's idiotic. That's the worst thing for their country, their brand, and their relationship to the West. This is why we're always talking to them about peace. The genocidal accusation directly benefits Hamas, which is why they have been obviously exaggerating the numbers, which they still do today, or they place offensive weaponry, terror cells, and hostages among citizens to drive up the numbers, because the more Palestinians die, the better it is for them. That's their only way of keeping power. The only way to maintain power right now is to propagandize the globe and to create fear through carnage like that. So you got to wonder, well, if we actually acquiesce, say we're no longer supporting Israel, do you think this extremism would stop? Hell no. They'd make it about something else, about the West, because that's how it always is. So this problem will be here forever. It's just going to take on a different costume.
All right, that's it for the news. Now on to the nuts. This next clip shows how one man in particular handled some stupid protesters that insist on blocking the roads because they think that's going to make a difference and draw, I don't know, popularity to their cause. I don't think so. Anyways, see how this guy handles it. Take a look. In this next clip, we have a woman that starts out pretty nice as she wants to return some shoes, but then she flips that switch and goes full ghetto. It's just, it doesn't end well. Take a look.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. What you got today?
I need to return these shoes.
Okay.
My man don't like them.
Oh, well, we could do an exchange or in-store credit.
I just want back what I paid for them. That's all.
But we
I
can't.
just want to put it on my card.
Do you even have a receipt?
Nobody ever said I needed no receipt.
Well, I mean, you need a receipt too.
I don't need a receipt to take back these shoes. Did nobody even wear them? You can look. Nobody put them on. So yeah, you can give me my money back.
But we don't do refunds.
Where it say that at?
It's right there.
It don't say that. That said no cash refunds, not no car refunds. Go ahead and get my money back.
We can't.
Yes, y'all can. Can I get a? Where y'all manager at?
Brandon.
Where y'all manager?
Brandon.
Where is y'all manager at? Because he act like he don't want to give me my money. And don't nobody even want these ugly ass shoes.
Brandon, please tell her we don't do no refunds.
Y'all do refunds because I did it before. So can you give me my money back?
Can you take her out, Brandon?
It's not right there. I don't even gotta look at that.
Man, we can't.
You can give me the money back though.
I can't, man.
You can.
It's store policy.
I said you can though.
I can, man.
And you can. I'll knock everything off these shelves.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have. You're gonna.
I'll knock everything off these shelves if y'all don't give me my money.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to leave.
It's pretty funny that the manager, Brandon, doesn't even want to talk to her. He just points at the sign. It says no refunds and then just walks away. That's funny. I would be interested in knowing what you would do in this situation. I think it could go a lot of different ways. Some good, some not so good. Check it out.
Who wants to step in? Guys.
All right, my friends, that's it for News and Nuts. Now on to the rest of the show. That's right, we are jumping into the liberal madness. The pool is deep, and I hope you're ready. So sit back, relax, and buckle up, because we're about to enter the Lib Zone.
What's wrong with you?
You know you're driving the fucking car of a fucking Nazi?
Dude.
The guy gave 3 fucking Heil Hitler salutes.
What is wrong with this man?
Fucking Nazi.
So what do you want me to do about
Sell
it?
your fucking car.
Are you serious?
Yeah, sell your fucking car.
What is wrong
Get
with
the fuck out of here.
Don't
You're
approach
driving
me.
the car of a fucking Nazi.
You're
The
going-
guy is a fucking Nazi.
You're going to go to jail.
Gosh,
You're gonna go to jail.
I'm not doing anything
You're
except
gonna go-
cussing at you.
gosh.
Okay.
I'm
Touch
glad
me.
you're filming me.
Touch me and you will go to
I'm not
jail.
going to do anything violent.
Touch. It doesn't matter.
You're just a fucking asshole because you bought the car of a fucking Nazi. The guy's a fucking Nazi.
Jeez.
Now fucking leave.
Yeah, seriously.
What a douchebag. And you know what? I guarantee you a year ago, he was all, oh my gosh, Tesla's awesome. Musk is great. Because they're plugged into the hive mind and they're brainwashed and they can't think for themselves. What an idiot. And you know what? How dare you talk to a lady like that? Period. Give me a break. I'm done with you.
I'm fucking pissed the fuck off. They cut my motherfucking food stamps to $85 from $738. How the fuck? That's supposed to support a household of 3.
Get a job?
For a job that barely even support my basic needs now.
Get a better job.
Inflation is high and the bitch groceries is high as shit. Oh, I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm mad as shit because how the fuck am I supposed to survive off that shit?
Get
so when
married?
y'all see me in the motherfucking store stealing stuff and that shit in my motherfucking bag, nicely act like you don't see shit and mind your motherfucking business because this shit is going in my motherfucking bag and I'm walking out this motherfucking store with my motherfucking chest up and my head held high and I dare you to try to tell me, hey ma'am, excuse me, because I'm gonna look at you like you fucking retarded if they go talk to Trump about that shit. On my kids, anybody that motherfucking voted for him, girl, you or to him. Y'all, because y'all the stupidest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life.
Jeez. Real classy lady. You know, why don't you just try to get a better job or probably, you know, get married? I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure you're single. But I could be wrong. I could just be stereotyping. So if you are married, please forgive me. But my gosh. And to admit that you're going to just straight up steal food from the store, that is a pretty stupid thing to do. Winston Leg Thigh says the fatigue is real. Yes. Destroyer of liberals says, I didn't understand half of what she said. It's kind of hard between all the F-bombs she was dropping. Sheesh.
The only thing dangerous about taking your kids to Pride or to drag shows
would never do
is that a conservative might show up with a gun. I don't think y'all are ready for that conversation yet.
First of all, it is borderline and probably child abuse to bring a child to one of these events or one of these drag queen dance-offs or whatever they call it. Secondly, no conservative would bring a gun to an establishment to start shooting up the place, especially if they were children. That's only something the wackadoo liberals would do because they have no regard for life. And wait a minute. My producer says we do have an awful alert. Yes, let's get to that right now. Let's turn this off. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's check out the awful of the day. Of course, that is the affluent white female liberal. All right, let's check it out.
Okay, so I want to finally straighten something up. I'm sick and tired of Trump supporters calling me a Karen. You have no idea what that means.
Yeah, we do.
A Karen is privileged, entitled, microaggressive racism, anti-vax. Who does that sound like?
You?
The Trump administration? Trump followers?
No.
You're the Karens.
Senator Beauregard Claghorn, nice name, says it's always the white liberal women. Yes, it always is. It's the awfuls. Dave says, and not me, white supremacy is like regular white, but with sour cream and tomatoes. That's a funny taco reference, if you didn't get that. Okay.
Since all this shit has been happening, every day I have to wake up and remind myself that I am the resistance, and I'm not gonna back down to some fucking ugly-ass, uneducated, ignorant motherfucker who's brainwashed. You have no backbone to stand on anything. You just listen to everyone.
Wait, so you're the resistance? Spouting off your projection from bed? I don't think that's very threatening, my dear.
Oh, and let me explain something to y'all about these Caucasians that y'all don't understand.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Caucasian people only understand two things.
Two things.
Money and fucking violence.
I don't know
what
about
you
that.
giving them. Cause I ain't got no fucking money for them.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Buckle up. 4547 says, ah, yes, lessons straight from the hood. Oh, that's funny. Matt says, I actually like being called Caucasian. Thanks. I don't mind it. It's not an insult. So I don't know if that was her intent, but she kind of missed the mark on that.
You can't be pro-life and anti-women. Like, that's not how that works. You can't be like, oh, that baby inside of that human being's life matters, but the human being who is not alive anymore.
What did you say?
They don't fucking matter. Like, let's just use them as an incubator. That makes sense to you?
No.
But we're the delusional ones?
Yeah, but she's saying that the mother that's carrying the child is already dead. So you're using a corpse as an incubator? That does not make any sense. unless I just totally misunderstood what she was saying. Let me know in the comments.
I don't care what nobody say.
Okay.
Be jealous of young black boys. Be jealous of young black boys. Be jealous of young black.
What?
They like that.
What are you
Stop
talking about?
playing. They have natural swag, natural intelligence, beautiful skin,
about white
beautiful
people?
hair. They got charm, charisma.
Who are you talking about?
I'd be jealous too if I was a Caucasian.
Wait, so she's saying that Caucasians are jealous of black people because they have nice hair or skin or something? That doesn't even, I don't even know what she's talking about.
Yo, so all my YT people come here to the front line.
What?
Let's speak about this black fatigue that I keep seeing on my For You page.
Okay.
How y'all upset by people acting ghetto when y'all the ones that created the ghettos? Y'all the ones that eliminated all the opportunities. Everybody out here ain't gonna be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. Everybody ain't gonna go to school and get degrees. Everybody ain't gonna be able to afford it. How y'all upset when y'all the ones that put these liquor stores at every corner in the neighborhoods, in the urban areas, or goddamn gun shop, pawn shop, and how y'all mad when y'all the ones who own these record labels and stuff like that, promoting all this violence through the music. Y'all can't be upset about a system that y'all created, and now y'all mad from the results of it. Let's just be for real. Let's speak on it, man. Y'all comment, let me know what y'all think about this. Black fatigue. Y'all tired. We not.
Yeah. Yet again, the victim card is played. No responsibility is taken for himself. I mean, if he wants to go to college, he can. If he wants to get a good education, he can. If he wants to just go, I don't know, learn a trade, he can. There's nothing stopping him except for himself. Mr. Calabash says, huh? That's funny. And Strange Trip says, can we at least learn common English? Well, you know, that would help for everyone to just kind of understand, be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So there's no miscommunication.
Hey, does anybody else find it weird that conservatives think that they're the normal ones? When you know, in their mind, like the normal would be everybody to have blonde hair, blue eyes, and they would all be born looking the same, with the same personality, the same physical characteristics.
How boring would
and
that
everybody
be?
would vote the same, and everybody would worship the same God and have the same male white personality that's boring as hell. When really LGBTQ stuff, all that happens in nature. Like it's all documented that animals engage in those behaviors. That gender is a spectrum in humans and in other animals.
What are you talking about?
Gender doesn't even exist with some animals. And it's so weird that they think they're the normal ones and that they call us weird, or they call other LGBTQ people weird, when we're the normal ones. Like, we are what nature is producing.
No.
And they're trying to...
It's not right.
I don't know. It's just weird.
If what you're saying is true and nature is the model for homosexuality, then all of nature would cease to exist because there wouldn't be any babies happening. I don't know what you're talking about, my man, but you are completely delusional and yeah, kind of weird. V. Mitch says, it is weird. I think he's referring to the guy we just watched. Chris in NC says his opinions are spot on for liberals. That's true. Cutter13 says gay.
Ha! Gay!
Money for jobs and education.
That is a beautiful sight, my friends. Oh, you're a state senator. Shut up. Shut up. Let them do. You don't have to. You're not entitled to their names, lady.
How are you sleeping at night?
Like a baby.
Children in there.
Go get them, boys. Oh, shut up with your stupid due process. It is exactly what I voted for, and I'm pretty sure you did too. So it's just such a good sight seeing those boys roll up and about to take care of business. Get a few more illegals out of the country. All right, good job, guys.
How are people sleeping? Like, I am losing sleep over this.
Over what?
There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of people dying, like starving to death.
Every day
And
around
we're all
the
just
world,
going
yeah.
on with our normal lives. And there's babies screaming and crying because they don't have any milk. They have no food.
That's sad, but that's,
What the f*** are we doing?
I don't know. What are we doing? Oh,
If you are not standing against this, you are a part of this. What do we do? I am just some fucking mom in Nevada.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what to do to help. Please, someone tell me, what do we do? I'm sitting here watching China dropping food.
What the hell did you just say?
And we're doing nothing but supplying military arts.
She's crazy.
Like, what?
Military arts? What?
What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know what
just
you're
put
doing.
My little baby, 18-month-old baby, to sleep after a full tummy in a warm bed. And there
He's
are
blessed.
babies
Yeah.
covered in flies, fucking starving. And we're
Yes.
just over here, just fucking living our lives. Please, someone tell me what we do. How do we help? This is not okay.
Man, lady, you are an emotional train wreck. You need to unplug from that hive mind immediately and have a nice soul cleansing experience. Jeez Louise. Golf Dummy says she could open her home to some starving babies. That is one thing she could do. Yes. US Stu says, how about start volunteering your time and stop making dumb videos? That's true. Or she could, like, sell her house and just go on a mission or something and try to make an actual difference over there. I'm sure she's talking about the African continent and, all that area, general area. Babies with flies. Like, we've been seeing those images since I was a little kid, and it's unfortunately that is life, and life can be very cruel. And I mean, honestly, what can we do? We could do our own part, but is it really going to change anything? It hasn't changed since I've been alive.
Common sense would tell you when you're being gifted a plane that nobody wants to buy, it's not really a gift. But hey, who am I to say to a Trump supporter? That's just common sense.
It's been like 5 years since I have no longer identified as a conservative person.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And now I'm watching all the Trump supporters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Totally jealous.
That was me. Oh, that's so embarrassing.
This goes out to the Republican MAGAs.
Okay,
You are
yeah.
a threat to our country.
Yes, apparently.
We have the worst president ever.
Biden was
and
pretty
he's a
bad,
narcissist, racist, and he's horrible. And you support him.
100%.
So Republicans, believe me,
yeah.
when it comes around to vote again,
okay,
you guys are going to be out. Out.
Nope.
It's going to be the Democrats that take over. And they're going to impeach him and get him out of there.
What?
Bet my word.
Grandma, if you think the Dems are going to win in the midterms, you are absolutely delusional. And if you're talking about the next presidential election, if by some holy miracle, actually it'd be ungodly if they win, but if they won the presidential election, Trump would be gone. So what are you talking about that the Dems would impeach him? You have no idea what you're talking about. Just go back and knit something, okay?
This message is for Dr. Jill Biden and family. You are fucking trash. Not only did you allow this elderly, senile man to remain the president of the United States that impacts the entire fucking world.
Yeah.
You also thought it was a good idea to run him for re-election up until 10 months ago. Meanwhile, he has fucking aggressive prostate cancer. I'm willing to bet that probably every single member of the Biden family knew this man had cancer, probably for years. The
100%.
only person who probably had no clue that he had cancer was probably Joe Biden himself.
No, that's not
All
that's
you
not
pieces
true.
of shit cared about was the money and the power.
Yep.
I'm going to pray for Joe Biden, and hopefully the time he does
Okay.
have left, he can spend time with his grandchildren. But all the rest of y'all family members, you can go to hell.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they totally knew. It's elder abuse, if you want my personal opinion. And Joe Biden definitely knew he had cancer. They all knew he had cancer for years now. But I do hope that he can spend the last of his days in relative peace and comfort. And even though he was a crappy senator and a crappy president and a crappy vice president, he deserves to have a little bit of peace and quiet in his last days. So God bless him. Yeah.
I am fucking shaking. I am fucking shaking. I am fucking shaking, y'all. ICE is at my apartment complex right now. If you are in Lubbock, Texas, I don't even know if I should be saying this. I will upload highlights of my life. There were 2 adults and 4 children. They were babies. She had a little kid. She's like a 2-year-old in her lap. I knew something was wrong when these folks pulled up. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There was one right here. He moved. There's a cop on the other side. Female got out of this vehicle with a shield and a battering ram. Y'all. I know we play a lot, and I know we say black women are resting. This is what you voted for. And I do. I believe that if they voted for that, that's what they voted for. But I don't know what those people voted for. What I know is I see my neighbors being detained by ICE, and that is not anything I ever thought I would say.
Probable Spam says, bet she wasn't upset when Obama deported about 4 times as many people. She didn't even bat an eyelash, I guarantee you. Wallace Mitchell says, if it were white MAGA people, she would be cheering. And I have to 100% agree with you. She would be out there with her pom-poms for sure.
So now there's the whole Joe Biden thing. I talked to Dr. Drew, prostate, this and that.
Dr. Drew has some prostate experience. What Drew said was, okay, there's no way he wasn't diagnosed with this several years ago. Drew said between 2 and 5 years ago, you would have had to be diagnosed because you're getting physicals and annuals and you're the most diagnosed person on the planet. So he knew he had it. And then I said, well, what is the treatment? Was he undergoing treatment? And he said, yeah, I'm sure he was undergoing treatment. Now, they didn't want to tell you about it. You know, if you think about it, calling a cap on the news day at like 4 o'clock, saying you can't get to places before 10 in the morning, you know, cutting trips short and stuff like that, not being around for several days, lots of vacation time at the beach and stuff like that, you go, oh, yeah, that sounds like someone is undergoing some treatment. And then I talked to Drew, and he said, well, the treatment has some side effects, and the side effects are sort of the Parkinsonian stuff and the stumbling with the walking.
You get
and
worn out.
What you saw with Biden may have been side effects from the treatment, and it would kind of explain, I guess, some good days and some real bad days.
Oh, yeah.
Drew said this was definitely diagnosed. They were definitely being treated, and what you're seeing is partially as a side effect to the treatment.
This is a clip from 2022, and Biden totally admits that he has cancer, but the mainstream establishment, the mainstream media, just said, it's a gaffe. He didn't know what he was talking about, and they totally disregarded it. Take a look.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Which is what? What do they have to do every day?
White supremacy is everywhere, and just the slights and the, way people look and talk to people, and I don't mean to generalize because I know it's not. I just feel that we owe so much to what you have done, what you are.
Well, you didn't own a slave, right? So
I did not.
Yeah, so what do you have to be responsible for?
Because I came from New England, and so New England didn't own slaves, but they started the slave trade.
That's not your fault.
It's not my fault, but it's my history, and I want to accept that and give retribution and to say that how can we make it better? How can we listen to you? What can we do? To never make it up, because there's no way to make it up, but just how can moving forward we do better?
Yeah, well, I actually agreed with that woman that I do believe that this is a horrible representation of what the black woman can be. What I would love to see is somebody who's not super overweight, maybe a woman with her husband, because black women can have husbands and families, maybe with her baby. We have a huge problem within the black community with abortion. Over 400,000 black babies are aborted every single year. Over 70% of black children grow up without a father, including myself. So yeah, but I'm just gonna, give you a little multiple choice question. So if there was somebody we had to replace this statue with, would you rather replace it with Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Candace Owens, or George Floyd?
Let me think. Can I make my own choice? Can I give you another choice?
You want?
Let me see. I think that I would love to see Cardi B. I would love to see some entertainer and flamboyant and beautiful and just out there as her authentic self. Yeah. I think that that's lovely. So anybody who is their authentic self, I think, which is why I thought I loved her, is because she is just who she is. And
Cardi B bragged about drugging men and then stealing their money out of their wallets.
Oh my.
You think that that's her being her authentic self?
I guess I don't know enough about her. There's always somebody. I heard her say there's always something. All right.
What about me?
You could be up there for sure.
Do you think I should be in there?
I think that... Oh my goodness. Well, this shows my ignorance of black women and their histories, but
it's not all of them. It's not all of them. Not all black women, are husbandless and, are single mothers. And that's kind of like why I think what she was saying is, like, she said, her words, this woman does look like she just walked out of, government housing. Right. And it's like, why not put a black family up there? Imagine how powerful that would be, a little girl or a little boy to see that, a black family portrayed up there, to normalize that,
That would be lovely. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
I can tell you really care, but I think you should do a little bit of research on people like George Floyd, Cardi B, and kind of how they got to where they're at,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was why I was like, I'm not sure I can make a choice, but
yeah. But not Candace Owens up there? What do you think about her?
Candace Owens? Mm-hmm. See, I'm not even sure. I like Candace Parker. I think Candace Parker should be up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't know who Candace Owens is?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Who is Candace
Yeah,
Owens?
she's a conservative political commentator.
Oh, I'm not a conservative political person, so I would say
I got that. That's all right.
Why is it always the white liberal women?
Women.
Multiple people that I serve were detained by ICE today.
Okay.
And we have no clue where they are. These people have spouses, they have children, they have fucking grandchildren, and nobody knows where they are. I don't know where they are. ICE is not telling us where they are.
They're in jail.
And these are some of the most hardworking, sweet, kindest people
Doesn't matter.
that I have ever met.
They're illegal.
And we
It
don't
doesn't
know where
matter.
they are. We don't know what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, we do.
They came to this country because the United States have destroyed the economies of the countries that they were born in.
Oh,
so
brother.
they came here for better health care and better education because they were sold the motherfucking American dream. And these people are detained. They're probably going to be in solitary confinement in the fucking detention facilities. This is the reality, y'all.
Oh, I get it. So the U.S. destroyed their economy, so they want to illegally enter into the U.S. economy so they can have the American dream. I think there's some flaw in that logic.
Well,
Yeah.
we're at 120 days now.
And that's looking good. He's rocking it.
Just,
Yeah. And thrilled?
I'm just tired.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Poor baby. Get some sleep. It's time for Dave's Detox. That look. Look at the camera. Well, that's cool. He lets his owner know that it wants to come in. It's like, come on! That's funny. Oh. Oh, that didn't last long. What? Oh, jeez. Poor dog. What's he looking at? What? Oh, that's awesome. That's some serious stretching.
Boy. Good boy. What are you doing?
What? Oh, nice. That's pretty impressive for a wiener dog.
What are you doing?
Oh gosh, what is up with these dogs? I guess she cleaned the floors well. Oh, nice. How do you get that many kittens to stay in one spot? That's impressive. That's funny. And I'm moving my head. Those are cute kittens. All right, my friends, that wraps up another episode of The Dave Show. I really do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please subscribe, like, share, slap that bell around. And until the next episode, know that you are loved and appreciated. And until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.